We welcome you here to Roll Tide Country here at Talladega Superspeedway for the High Slide Thursday Night Truck Series here for the Aquatic Express Talladega 99. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nick Stein, joined alongside Sheldon Atkins, and of course, Austin Derbyshire doing his thing in the booth, in the production truck, being weird and all that fun stuff. But we are set for a good race tonight. It's trucks, it's Talladega. Sheldon, I know you're excited. We've been uncontrollably screaming Roll Tide all day.
Well, yeah, but that's also because Edstrom isn't here, so, we have to mock him a little bit, right?
Hey, fair enough. I mean, this is his favorite track, and he would be absolutely creaming himself if he was in the booth right now.
I don't know if that's the terminology I'd go with on a broadcast, but yeah, sure, let's go.
It's already going to be a great night here tonight. Of course, it's Talladega Superspeedway, the behemoth 2.66-mile wide track here in the foothills of Alabama, 33 degrees of banking in the corners, and these guys definitely have some work cut out for them here tonight, as we got ourselves a pretty good field here tonight. 31 trucks taking the starting grid here, and it is gonna be crazy. The trucks always put on a show here at Talladega.
Yeah, we're gonna see a whole lot of tandem, a whole lot of battling from start to finish here. If it goes like any of the Talladega truck races I've ever seen on here, it's going to be a revolving door for the lead from start to finish. So it's going to be pretty entertaining.
Taking a look here at the point standings here, Andrew Chapman has the points lead here after he did take a couple of stages last week at Auto Club. He leads by 21 points over Joseph Kazi, who had himself a pretty good night as well at Auto Club last week. Justin Burden in the third spot, Jordan Berry fourth. Jacob Denson is going to be rounding out your top five, and you can read through the rest of the point standings there. And of course, we had a brand new winner last week in Evan Knopp, a newcomer to the league, took a win last week. So you definitely got a shakeup here in the playoffs. But for now, we're still only 3 races in, so the playoffs are a long way away. And I believe you got some keys to the race for us, Sheldon.
Yeah, just 1 or 2.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. Important thing, anytime you make a move here, don't second guess yourself, commit to it. You're going to be more likely to get yourself junked out and cause a big wreck if you, like, for instance, if you're going 3 wide, you try to take it down the middle, don't back out of it. Because as soon as you do, the guys behind you, they're not going to know what the hell you're doing, and next thing you know, you're going to be up on your roof in the catch fence. And Darby's getting confused up here, bear with us. Also, follow your gut. Feel the energy of the pack. If things are getting chaotic and crazy, don't be afraid to fall to the back. If things are tame, try to find your way up to the front. Pretty simple. And then, above all else, don't die. You got, 20 plus trucks running on top of each other within 5 seconds of each other around here. One person makes a mistake, you're all making a mistake together. So try to avoid doing that.
Yeah, of course, that is our favorite key. There at the end, the don't die. I pioneered that, and it is stuck at every plate race we have ever broadcasted here. So, yeah, don't die. You might die. So, yeah, don't do that. But we'll go ahead and get into our broadcast picks, and I'm going to go ahead and take the one truck, another rookie that we got showing up here tonight, Ed Sheeran Jr. in the number 1 Ross Chastain-looking truck there. He looks like he's got himself a pretty fast truck.
And I'm going to go with our boy Barry. He seems to run like a rocket just about every week. So I think that he's going to have a good showing tonight as long as he can avoid the chaos.
Darby, of course, taking the 88 of Joseph Kazi, who had himself an interesting week at Las Vegas, running out of fuel off of turn number 4, and played the strategy quite interestingly at Auto Club and took himself out of a shot to win there, even though he did finish, I believe he finished in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. But we have officially moved over into the race session. 99 laps for these guys here tonight. It's going to be a long run, but we're going to go and run through our starting grid here tonight. And it's Kevin Dick taking the pole position here with a 56.483. Jim Treat to his outside with a 56.505, and 1,000th of a second behind him, Charlie Harcum in third position. Ed Sheeran Jr. taking home that 4th spot with Timothy Pendergrass in 5th. You got one of his sons, Austin Pendergrass, in that 6th spot with Andrew Chapman starting in 7th. With a dead tie here on row number 4, Brad Harris and Andrew Chapman both qualifying with the 56.545, struggling over my words here, as Joseph Kazi's going to be starting in 9th position here with Joshua Gathright rounding out your top 10.
In 11th place, we're going to have Hunter Teague. He's going to have Cody Henderson to his outside. 12th place, we're going to have Jordan Berry, followed on his outside by Derek Grigsby. You got Sean Merriman, followed by Scott Williams. Jeremy Gibbs with Andrew Pendergrass to his outside. Then we got Jacob Denson and Levi McCarty.
And that was good. That was Levi McCarty in 20th position. Mark Whitley going to be in 21st. First car to not set a time here tonight. Jason Miz in 22nd position. Jordan Probst in 23rd. Nathan Aldridge in 24th. Cameron Iverson. No, excuse me. That is Jeff Converse in the 25th spot. 26th is going to be Joshua Lucas. 27th, James Kerr. 28th, going to be Edward Sexton. 29th, Cameron Iverson. 30th is going to be Benjamin Richards. And Joseph Fogg is going to be starting shotgun on the field here tonight. In that 31st spot, it is going to be a rough night for Joseph Fogg. Starting that far back, especially with how kind of slow the draft really works here at Talladega. So we should see him up front if he's able to stay with the lead draft, but it is still going to be really rough starting that far back. As cars continue to roll here on their one and only pace lap for the start of this race, we're definitely expecting a fun race here tonight on GridVision. Should be a really, really good one to watch, as we're expecting a lot of guys that we've seen up front all season long to this point to be up front. Of course, you got the likes of like Charlie Harcum up there, Andrew Chapman in the 25. We've seen him up front a lot. Joshua Gathwaite's another guy that's really quick in the trucks. This is his first start of the season. Joseph Kazi, as always, going to be really quick as well in that 88 truck. Got a couple of our race picks as well. Jordan Berry, he looks really quick in that 18 machine, but a lot of guys that we would expect to be up front are starting a little bit further back, as the pace car does make its hard left turn back onto to the safety of pit road here. But it is still a pretty long drive down towards the restart zone and that initial green flag here. Is Kevin Dick taking the pole position here over the 367 of Jim Treat, as now they finally get their way into the Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air here at Talladega Superspeedway, and it's a slow rolling start here for Kevin Dick in the 52.
Yeah, he's going to get a really good launch here. Got 3 trucks in tight with him right now on the bottom. It's going to give him a big push down to 1 and 2. It's the separation he wants right here at the start, that's for sure.
As now Charlie Harcum and Andrew Chapman getting lined up on that inside line. That inside line is definitely a lot more formed up here, but Harcum seems to be a little bit loose off the corners here. But that outside line, here comes Ed Sheeran Jr. pushing the 367 to Jim Treat on that outside line. Going to be even down into turn number 3. So they work their way through 3 and 4 here. That outside line starting to die off just a little bit with in terms of the help, as Jim Treat and Ed Sheeran Jr. are still trying to work their way on that outside line. But coming off of 4, they're going to get a pretty good run, and it looks like it's going to be Jim Treat leading this first lap.
Yeah, Edward Shearer Jr. is doing an amazing job already pushing Jim Treat up here to the front. Treat is going to lead this lap. Wouldn't be surprised if they'd try to clear themselves down here to the bottom. Yep, there he goes.
Chapman's already going to go 3 wide here through the middle, as Ed Shearer Jr. comes down to block him. Mark Whitley decides to take it 3 wide as well. He's going to hop up to the outside line with the 24 of Austin Pendergrass, and the 9 of Brad Harris. He got left out to dry as well, as we're already seeing some guys decide to back out, not liking what they're seeing. It's now Ed Shearer Jr. to the front in that number 1 Ross Chastain machine. The number 9 of Brad Harris now takes it down to the inside. Ed Sheeran Jr. going to block that run, and he's going to leave Andrew Chapman out to dry.
And they're going to bring just about that whole top lane that they have formed down the back straightaway down here to the bottom. They got a huge, about 3-4 truck advantage up there on that top line. Wow, I just looked at the top line. Absolutely cooking right now. They're getting here in this lap.
It's going to be Andrew Chapman now leading the lap. It's now this. The 7 machine drops down in front of the 1 of Ed Sheeran Jr. Andrew Chapman leads that lap. The 710 of Cody Henderson. I want to say Colt Henderson for some reason, but Cody Henderson in the 7 and thought about taking Andrew Chapman to the outside 3 wide, but thinks better of it here and decides to play the line game here, as that inside line starting to get a little bit wobbly, as Brad Harris in the 9 trying to get lined up with the 1 of Ed Sheeran Jr., who's given a nice steady bump to the 7 of Jason Miz down into turn 3.
And these guys are just already starting out aggressive. This is a 99 lap event, and Well, we've had, like I said earlier, we've already had a revolving door here for the lead. I mean, we had, what, 3 leaders the last lap before they even came back to the line?
Yeah, and these guys are racing a lot more aggressively because of the stages here. Stages are 15 and 45 for these guys, so racing definitely going to pick up here in this first stage as people try to get themselves set up for some decent stage points here. As it's only, like I said, it's only a 15-lap sprint there to the end of stage 1, and of course, we're not too sure what kind of stage cautions we're going to have here, as we do know that is oh man, wiggling going on here big time. I believe that's Jim Treat in the 367 all over the place, and Andrew Chapman having to play Don't Hit Me Please on that outside line, as Cody Henderson had to get separated from him as well, and that's going to force that outside line to fall a little bit further back. But what I was saying is these guys do a randomized wheel spin to determine what stage will bring out the caution, and of course, their chances are there's a 50% chance that there's not going to be a caution. There's a 25% chance it's going to be one stage caution, and a stage 1 caution, excuse me, and then a 25% chance that it's going to be a stage 2 caution. So we're not too sure what's actually going to happen. If we could get some clarification, that would be nice, but we're not too sure what the stage breaks are going to be here.
Well, that's one way to keep these guys on their toes. I have to say, though, that little incident on the back straightaway back a lap ago, Chapman with some impressive heads-up driving there, because if he hadn't anticipated that tail flick from the 9, that could have been a huge wreck on the back straightaway already.
Yeah, that could have been a huge wreck there, as you see Jason Miz hop up to the outside line in front of the 25 of Andrew Chapman. And we saw that outside line kind of die off a couple of laps ago, but they have really formed back up here, as now that outside line has all the momentum here. Jason Miz now clear of Ed Shearer Jr. The 25 of Andrew Chapman is working his way clear as well. Cody Henderson in that 710 as well. Looks like they're going to all get clear. Cody Henderson tries to drop in front of Ed Shearer Jr. Ed Shearer Jr., though, decides to play nice, and that could have been a big wreck early on if Ed Shearer Jr. does not check up there.
Oh, there it is right there.
Cody Henderson gets turned off the nose of the 1 of Ed Shearer Jr. and rear ends the wall there in that 710 machine, and you could have seen that coming.
Yeah, that was huge contact for him too there on that inside wall. And no caution, so that is going to make his day significantly more difficult moving forward.
Oh, and we got more wrecking on the front stretch here. Further back in the pack, a couple of cars went through the grass. As we're going to have a couple of replays here as we see Cody Henderson getting turned off the nose of Ed Shearer Jr. Big time hit with the 710. But we had another incident off of turn number 4 as we had a couple of guys get spun down towards pit road. As back up front, Mark Whitley pops up into the outside line. I can't tell if we're still, yeah, this is a replay here of what happened on the front stretch. There's Austin Pendergrass there. A couple of guys doing some lawn mowing. Groundskeeping crew not going to be too happy with those guys. Oh, we're trying to wreck here in turn number 2 as well. Coming back live, 514. And the 25 of Andrew Chapman had some contact there. The 514 of Nathan Aldrich went up into the 25 of Andrew Chapman, and action happening all over the place already.
And Jason Miz with a huge slingshot to get himself back to the lead here, coming down to turn 1.
Oh my goodness, Jason Miz somehow, some way does not get turned off the nose of the 18 there. The 18 being, the 18, Jordan Berry. As things are kicking off, as who is that going up? I believe that was Levi McCarty in the 21. It's kind of hard to keep up with what all's happening here, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, my heart rate's going through the roof right now, and I'm just watching it.
Yeah, you gotta kind of just imagine what these drivers are feeling here. I mean, they've had nearly 4 separate wrecks in the span of about 3 laps here. And we're not too sure how any of them has survived, as Mark Whitley tries to throw a block on the 9 truck there. That is Brad Harris. And now they're 3 wide for the lead here. Mark Whitley in the sucker hole. They're going to be 4 wide with the lap car, as now Brad Harris drops in front of Mark Whitley. And a little bit of contact for the back. Jordan Berry in a 33 machine of Hunter Teague getting together there. Okay, hold on. Timeout. What's happening? Beating, banging, door banging. What is this, 1973? Are we getting ready to have a fight in turn 3?
I mean, it is possible.
Was that 1973?
79, but I wasn't going to correct you on there.
Close enough, close enough. Let me run with it.
Yeah, we'll run with it.
Just make me look dumb. It's okay.
Nah.
But things are starting to pick up a little bit further up. Brad Harris and Mark Whitley in the 77 now on that middle line. That outside line starting to fall off a little bit. James Kerr in the 75 now getting left out to dry on that outside line. Hunter Teague thought about going up there, but Jim Treat still just sitting in that third spot on the outside line. As now Mark Whitley gets a little bit loose there off of the corner. Another truck going below the apron. Thought about backing out, but it looks like he wants to stay with this lead draft as Jim Treat almost gets turned off the nose of Hunter Teague.
And that right there, too, Whitley getting as squirrely as he is off of these corners, that could pose a problem for, well, just about everybody up front here. You know, that gets to a point where he overcorrects it, but also you kind of mess yourself up when you go through that, too, because then everybody around you doesn't really trust you to push you later on in the run, and they just kind of try to funnel you out of the pack. So hopefully you can get that corrected.
I was going to say, there's also the fact that the truck is just a really unstable thing here at these plate tracks. I mean, if you push in just the wrong way, I mean, we've already seen it a few times just in 11 laps here. If you push in just the wrong way, it can result in a ton of wrecked race trucks. And, I mean, as you see Jason Miz there throwing a huge block.
Oh, and he put him in the wall just a little bit.
Hey, he did. Brad Harris being left out to dry. Mark Whitley decides to go with Jason Miz. And that's going to allow Charlie Harcum to get a pretty good lead here. As now Joseph Causey, where did he come from in that 88 machine? He is second on that inside line, pushing Charlie Harcum for everything it's worth. The 81 of Edward Sexton on the outside now. He's got Jordan Berry in the 18 machine. And things are getting ready to kick off in a big way here as we're coming up to 4 laps to go here in stage number 1.
Huge run on the top. They are rolling 3 deep up there. It's just like, it doesn't look like the bottom's able to stay connected as well as the top has so far in this race. Because like, what really controls this is the third truck in line. Words are hard. And it just doesn't look like that bottom get that third truck to them quite as well as it's got the top.
Oh my
huge block down to the bottom.
Jordan Berry not giving any care there to Charlie Harcum in the 82. As here comes Cody Henderson. I don't know how many times I'm going to say Colton Henderson this season. But Cody Henderson does get out of the way of these guys. These guys that are just absolutely racing like it's the last lap here, the Daytona 500, even though we're at Talladega. As now Jason Miz is pushing Edward Sexton out to the lead here. Edward Sexton leading his first laps of the season in that 81 machine. He drives it to the inside to get in front of the 18 of Jordan Berry. Jason Miz tries to side draft a little bit. And now Mark Whitley is going to be pushing the 7 of Jason Miz. Edward Sexton thought about a block there, but thinks better of it.
So I do think that I heard something about no caution.
No cautions whatsoever?
Oh, no, I think I heard something about it on the Discord chat.
Okay, so maybe no cautions here at Talladega as these guys are coming up to the end of stage 1 here. And we'll have to see who decides to make the move for the momentum and for that stage win. Sexton a little bit loose there in the tri-oval. Mark Whitley with a big time run on that outside, going to give a big push to Jason Miz down to the turn 1. Let me breathe a little bit here, just watching these guys race, getting absolutely insane here at Talladega Superspeedway. 2 laps to go here in stage number 1.
Right now, everybody's just kind of trying to figure out how they're going to build their runs, how they're going to build track position here so they can get these stage points coming to the end of the stage. If you make your move right now, you set yourself up to be overtaken and get pushed back to the back. So you gotta kind of be methodical with how you set it up and play it, because you only get one shot at that start-finish line.
White flag out here at stage number 1. Hunter Teague a little bit loose on that outside line. Jason Miz and Edward Sexton dead even at the line there. About a half truck length between the two. 25 thousandths of a second there at the white flag lap. Edward Sexton still leading that inside line. Jason Miz trying to back up to get the push from the 77 to Mark Whitley. Jordan Berry does push Sexton out. Berry to the outside in front of Jason Miz. Miz has to check up a little bit to push the 18 to Jordan Berry. Edward Sexton does not have any help. Someone, I believe that's Levi McCarty, thought about going to the outside, 3 wide. Jordan Berry now to the lead here in stage number 1. He's going to hop down in front of the 81 of Edward Sexton, and now Jason Miz has to fall back to the 77 of Mark Whitley to get the push, and they're going to get a big-time run here as it looks like Jason Miz will get clear of the 18 of Jordan Berry unless Edward Sexton's able to do anything on that inside line.
Oh, here we go.
Whitley to the inside of Jason Miz through the tri-oval. Photo finish at the line for stage 1. It's going to be Mark Whitley at stage number 1, and that is going to be your real assist stage winner, Mark Whitley in the 77.
Get your breath back to you there, Nick.
I did. We're chilling.
Down to the apron. I think he's falling back.
Yeah, I don't think he wants any part of these guys with how aggressive they were getting there, but I think now is a time where these guys are going to chill out just a little bit and kind of ride, because now it's another 30-lap run to the end of stage number 2 at lap 45 for these guys. And of course, like, these guys will have to pit by before the end of stage number 2, and it wouldn't surprise me if these guys start thinking about coming to pit road here soon, because that's kind of been a theme here. As we're going to be 3 wide for the lead here as Hunter Teague takes it to the outside. Jason Miz in the sucker hole now, and Nathan Aldrich in the 514 gets up to him. And Hunter Teague is going to go nowhere quickly here in that 33 machine. Edward Sexton up in front of the 7 of Jason Miz.
Edward Sexton trying to lead a charge up here on the top line to get around Mark Whitley. He's got good help behind him. And it looks like he's going to get him. Honestly, I think he can get him clear before he gets into one here, because they are breaking up here on the bottom. He's got to get that third truck to push it. Oh, and Miz is going to dive out on him.
They'll leave Edward Sexton out to dry. Nathan Aldrich's not going to get up to the rear end of the 81 at Edward Sexton. But I was getting ready to say that I think pit stops are going to be coming pretty quickly here soon, because that's been a theme this season. These guys like to pit just a couple of laps after the end of stage number 1, because if you remember, we haven't had a stage break after stage 1 at all this season yet. It's usually been after stage number 2, but you did mention that it doesn't look like we're going to have any stage breaks here tonight, as now they're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Mark Whitley with nowhere to go.
Yeah, they just almost had a huge wad up there in the tri-oval. The whole outside line basically shot up to the wall in the center of the tri-oval.
I'll be the first to say it. I am genuinely surprised they all haven't just absolutely wadded it up here. With how crazy the racing has been and how aggressive the moves have been and how aggressive the bump drafting has been, it's honestly a miracle at this point. I'm not saying that these guys come out here direct, but it is surprising how well they're racing with how aggressive it's been.
Oh man, it looks like they're racing to the rain right now.
Oh, good lord. 2023 Daytona would like a word.
Or 21 Talladega. Just about every NASCAR race would like a word.
I was going to say,
like.
you could name literally any race from the last 15 years, and it's probably had a rain delay at some point.
Yeah. The Coke 350.5 or whatever.
Wouldn't have been the, because they stopped at a 249, right?
Yeah.
Would have been the
349.5.
Yeah, 349.5, something like that. Broadcasters try to do math while watching trucks go in circles at Talladega.
Well, look, all I know is some Virginia maths, man. They don't get you that far.
Hey, fair enough. I got that good old Texas math, and it's pretty decent. Nothing college level, but hey.
So you're telling me there's a reason why the largest calculator producer's based out of Texas?
Exactly. This guy gets it.
Hey.
– 21 to 22 lap runs expected for these guys here. So pit stops should be here within the next couple of laps for these guys. And yeah, you're already starting to see it. Yeah, we're getting a lot of pitting calls here from the drivers in chat here, as now James Kerr in the 75 tries to push Edward Sexton out to the lead. Now Ed Sheeran Jr. 3 wide on the outside here. He's going to drop back behind the 75 of James Kerr. And pit road should be really, 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 really busy here as we're already seeing a lot of people commit.
Oh, yeah. Just about.
Oh, my goodness.
It looks like about the whole field coming down right now.
James Kerr, the only one staying out here. I thought I saw one more further back. And is the Alabama Highway Patrol going to get a lot of guys here?
I don't think so, man. Nobody was aggressive on their entry there. I was expecting to see guys sliding in, last second, pounding the brake.
Looks like
Honestly,
everyone got in clean, and Jesus.
Looks like caution stops right now, how well they're getting in.
That is awesome to see, James.
Oh, we got a truck spinning on pit road here.
Andrew Chapman sideways on pit road.
That's going to be a huge loss for him.
Big time. He is definitely going to lose the draft off of that. Jason Miz wins the race off of pit road. Joseph Causey and Ed Sheeran Jr. hot on his heels. Sean Merriman, another big winner on pit road. He's up a ton of spots in that 99 truck there. 99 truck there for Sean Merriman. To see a lot of the rest of the guys getting off pit road, and we'll have to see who's separated and by how much here.
I'd also like to see that slide if we can.
James Kerr's out of fuel. Wait, no, that's Edward Sexton. My fault.
Oh, that's terrible.
Of course, we saw our stage winner there at the end of stage one, I believe. Who was it? Was it Mark Whitley in the 77 was your Real Assist stage winner. And of course, Real Assist. Are you a real estate agent tired of worrying if your assistant is worth it? Say goodbye to the hassle with Real Assist. And introducing Real Assist, the innovative solution for all your real estate assistant needs. Unlike traditional hourly services, Real Assist operates on a transaction-based model, ensuring you only pay for the tasks that make you money. Imagine saving thousands while focusing on what truly matters, closing deals and growing your business. Our dedicated team handles everything from administrative tasks to client follow-ups, allowing you to maximize your productivity and profitability. Don't let the stress of managing an assistant slow you down. With Real Assist, you get top-notch support tailored to your needs, giving you peace of mind and the freedom to excel in your career. Real Assist, taking care of all your real estate assistant tasks, transaction-based, worry-free, and cost-effective. Visit our website today and revolutionize your real estate business. Again, that was Mark Whitley with your Real Assist stage win of stage number one. We have just completed our first round of green flag pit stops here. And it's going to get tight to the end of the stage, I'm realizing, because we heard from a driver in the race that it's 21 to 22 lap runs, which is going to put these guys about a lap short on making the end of stage number two here.
Yeah, we can absolutely guarantee that, too, because we saw Sexton putting around out of gas. He only stayed out one extra lap because he just didn't get the memo that everybody's pitting, I guess. So,
I believe Edward Sexton did come down pit road with the majority of the field. It was James Kerr that stayed out the extra lap.
Okay.
He didn't run out of fuel, though. There was I believe it was Edward Sexton who was out of fuel because he's a lap down on pit road now.
Yeah, which is a shame because he was running pretty good out there, too. I mean, the good news is, saving fuel at Talladega isn't that difficult. First thing, you just don't want to lead the pack. Get, about 4 or 5 cars back from the front, right around about 70% throttle. You can save a handful of laps doing it.
Well, unfortunately, if you're Jason Miz, you're currently punching air.
Oh, yeah.
In a big hole through the air as well. So, because he is the head of a 3-car pack here. That 3-car pack being Joseph Causey right behind him and Ed Sheeran Jr. in that one truck as well. So these are your 3 leaders right here. And it's another second or so, almost 2 seconds back to the 82 of Charlie Harcum, who's with the 99 of Sean Merriman. And a couple of lap cars as well. As Merriman's a lap down in 25th, and Kevin Dick is also surprisingly your pole sitter is in 24th, 1 lap down right now. Kevin Dick is, and then it's Mark Whitley catching up to these guys as well in that 5th spot. Hunter Teague in the 33, Jordan Probst and Joshua Gathright are in the 2nd pack, and then you got to go a few more seconds back to Scott Williams in 9th, Jordan Berry, James Kerr, Jeff Converse, Nathan Aldrich, and Derek Grigsby in this 3rd pack. And then it's pretty spread out throughout the rest of the field. There's actually a pretty big pack from 16th on back with the rest of your lead lap cars back to Brad Harris that are about 16 seconds off your lead right now.
And that's where your biggest fuel saver is going to be, too.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised to see our stage winner possibly come from that pack if they're saving fuel as we expect them to be, as Jacob Denson's the leader of that pack right now, and it looks like they're all just saving fuel. They're currently on the back stretch. We're keeping an eye on this lead pack right here who's coming off of turn number 4. So it looks like this is going to be the battle of these two packs on who could save more fuel.
Yeah, right now this first pack too is about to get swallowed up by this second pack we have here. These guys are taking in closer and closer, and they're getting there pretty quick.
I would be surprised to see these three fight this faster second pack here. I would expect them to fall back here and just try to save some fuel because they are a smaller pack, which does make it harder to save fuel, especially at Talladega with how long the laps are here. I mean, these guys are running 52-second lap times in the draft, so definitely a lot harder to save as a smaller pack. And it looks like Sean Merriman's already going to make that move to the outside in the 99, but it looks like Harkum's just going to leave him out to dry and just kind of get behind Ed Shearer Jr. in the one truck.
Yeah, the second pack, these guys here, they know what the fuel situation is. They don't want to come out here and burn off a little bit extra, then absolutely destroy themselves coming to the second stage here. But you still got time to get an extra, gallon or two saved up in the tank. Why go out there and risk it right now? There's no gain for it.
Yeah, absolutely no gain as Edward Sexton has officially retired that 81 truck. He had himself a pretty fast truck as well, so sad to see Edward Sexton pull it behind the wall, but he is our first retirement on the night here in the Aquatic Express 99 at Talladega Superspeedway. Still Jason Miz leading your race over Joseph Causey, Ed Shearer Jr., Charlie Harkum, Kevin Dick's a lap down, but it's Joshua Gathwaite, Jordan Probst, Mark Whitley, Hunter Teague, and then that's your entire lead pack. You got a couple of lap cars, Sean Merriman and Kevin Dick in this lead pack as well. But that is the rundown of your lead pack right now. And then, as I mentioned earlier, it's about 8.5 seconds back to Scott Williams in 9th, who's got himself a 6-car pack down to 14th. And you got to go a further 10 seconds back down to Brad Harrison, 15th, who's got himself a pack all the way down to 22nd. And then Andrew Chapman is currently on his own in 23rd. He's 45 seconds off the lead.
One thing I can tell you, too, with this front pack up here, Miz, you can tell, is saving a good bit here because you got Causey. He's been pretty much attached to the rear bumper for the last lap and a half. Him and Shearer Jr. were all three just deadlocked to each other's rear bumpers. So you can kind of tell that Miz is holding back right now.
Yeah, these guys are running about near their max speed right now. The max speed you would see in the trucks is about 187 miles an hour if you're absolutely just pushing as hard as you can. These guys have been running around somewhere in between 180 and 185 miles an hour, so they're definitely backing off a little bit. I don't think these guys are fuel saving, though, so that leads me to think these guys may try to split the stage in half here.
The bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it works for them.
Definitely a bold strategy here. 29 laps into this race, 16 to the end of stage number 2 here, and it'll be a 54 lap run to the finish of this race. So a lot of pit stops still to come for these guys, and a lot of mistakes still to be that can still be made here at Talladega, which we know is pretty much a death sentence if you make a single mistake here.
Yeah, but based on what we saw earlier,
I can guarantee you we're going to see something crazy by the time we get to the end of this bad boy.
Yeah, for sure. And Andrew Chapman, who we saw sideways on pit road under that last green flag pit stop cycle, he has gone a lap down, and he is just barely holding on to the edge of the lead draft right now. So it'll be interesting to see if he is able to get back on the lead lap, because he looked like he had himself a pretty good truck in the draft. As you see him trying to slingshot past Mark Whitley now. Actually, our eyes are on the second pack here, I believe. Now we're back up to the lead pack.
I mean, that's the best place to be, though, be at the tail end of the lead pack. Because you know if anybody else gets lapped, you're going to be able to overtake them. Because you'll be at the end of that line. Unless somebody, tries to merge in some kind of crazy way, then we'll have just, Kevin LePage incidents here. But I don't think we're going to see that in this series either.
Hey, Kevin LePage was a great driver. Okay, I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm sorry.
He had a few good runs in the Cup Series.
A few. Over here working on my comedy special. As you can see, it has just got everyone dying here. They're laughing so hard you can't even hear them.
The crickets in my yard are really losing it right now because of you.
Hey, any noise is good noise when it comes to comedy in my book.
There's our producer hitting the laugh track.
We already devolved. This reminds me of one of my first ever broadcasts I did, where it was a full-length race here at Talladega in the Cup car, so 188 laps, and they were all saving
just
fuel
like
around
this,
the top.
didn't it?
Yeah, they were, except they were on the top line,
Oh.
and they were all saving fuel, and I dropped the line that I still use today when I see Talladega. It's called the Chugga Chugga Choo Choo Train 500.
Yeah, they need somebody needs to throw some roll bar padding out the window or something. Let's get us a yellow and bunch it back up so we have something to talk about.
Debris, turn 3. Just kidding. As we're further back here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is our second pack from Scott Williams on back to about 14th place. This is the second big pack here. They're about 12 seconds off the lead, and they are the ones that seem to be fuel saving here, as they've lost about 4 or 5 seconds to the lead pack here. And actually, looking through the field, it doesn't really look like any of the packs are fuel saving at the moment.
It doesn't look like they're racing either at the moment. Everybody's just single file kind of riding out this stage.
Logging laps.
With such a big separation, I don't know how they're all going to get clumped back up together, if that's even going to happen.
Well, you would obviously need a caution for that to happen, but the way these guys have been racing, I mean, minus the craziness we saw there in the middle of stage number 1, it's definitely leading to what looks like could be a flag-to-flag race for these guys. With that, we're going to take our first commercial break of the night here. Third of the way through the race here. Lap 33 of 99. Jason Miz still leading your lead pack as working our way to our second round of green flag pit stop. Stay right here. We'll take you to the end of stage 2.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back live here at Talladega, and you haven't missed much, as it's still Jason Miz leading this thing. Joseph Causey still in that second spot. Ed Sheeran Jr. in the number 1 truck in third spot. And it looks like, as it looks like it's mostly been a fuel-saving race here for these guys, just trying to get these trucks to the end here. Pulling up on about halfway here in the next, 10 or so laps. We should also be hitting another green flag pit cycle here very soon, as well as it should be within the next 3 laps or so.
They're turning left.
And going fast.
I'm gonna go really fast and really left.
Okay, Cartman.
Hey, don't hate on my Vagisil paint scheme.
Okay.
Thank you, producer God Darby, for mentioning the fact that I am dumb enough to be Cartman.
Oh, we got maybe pit stops happening here. Scott Williams, I believe, is coming down pit road. Can we stop arguing like children, please? Yep, our second pack is coming down pit road. It does look like, or at least a few cars from our second pack, is Scott Williams is speeding. That is for sure a speeding penalty for Scott Williams. Jeff Converse also got one as well.
Just shooting yourself in the foot here. This is going to be really bad for Jordan Berry, too, because if these two guys are penalized, he's going to be out here with absolutely no help.
Yeah, and our eyes turn back to this lead pack, and actually here they come right now. Perfect timing here as the entirety of the lead pack comes down pit road. Does everyone make it down clean? Looks like it.
Way more aggressive from all these guys coming down pit road this time.
Yeah, we technically are still racing for a stage win here, as once these guys get back going here, Mark Whitley does tap the inside wall there. But as I was saying, these guys are going to be racing for the stage win as they come off of pit road here. So looks like we're going to have a race off of pit road here, as it looks like it was fuel for literally everyone. Jason Miz took tires, though, I do think. So that's going to put him a little bit further back in the field. But it is going to be Charlie Harcum winning the race off of pit road here in that 82 machine.
We've got the rest of the pack here coming in behind him.
We got ourselves a drag race here on the apron here as Jordan Probst and Ed Sheeran Jr. side by side on the apron, but the rest of the field does come down pit road. This is Brad Harris we're looking at, and this is your overall leader, the 514 and Nathan Aldrich. Derek Grigsby right behind him and James Kerr in that 75, but they have not pit just yet. I do not believe, actually. Hold on. Actually, as I say that, our 3 leaders do come down pit road. Nathan Aldrich, Derek Grigsby, and James Kerr down pit road. But this is our race for the stage win here as Charlie Harcum is in the sucker hole 3 wide. And here comes Andrew Chapman in the 25 to his savior. But it's going to be Ed Sheeran Jr. leading all the way on the top. He's got his teammate or friend of his, Joseph Causey, in the 88. Pushing him, and it's Mark Whitley in the 77 right behind these guys. They've got 3 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Yeah, and these guys leading the top line here, too. They've pretty much been attached to each other since we dropped the flag on this thing after we got done with that first stage. So I'm not expecting these guys to really put each other in a bad position. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they're going to kind of just play it out here for the majority of the stint here.
We'll see as they technically are still racing each other in points for a stage. So we'll have to see if they do decide to mix things up here coming to the end of the stage. But for the moment, it's only really a 7-car race for the stage win. You got to remember, Andrew Chapman is a lap down right now. So he is not actually. It's only a 6-car race for the stage here as Kevin Dick and Andrew Chapman have pulled it to the back of this lead pack here. So 6 cars racing for the stage win here. It's just a matter of if they decide to actually race for the stage win.
No, we got a car diving down to the bottom here.
It's Jordan Probst in the 91, I believe. That is actually Jason Miz in the
here on the bottom.
He's got Charlie Harcum for help right behind him. Does Causey or Ed Sheeran Jr. go down the block here is the question. Does not look like it here.
Nothing they can do right now. I think
really
those three are just committed with sticking with each other right now.
Does look like that as Jason Miz now does go up in front of Ed Sheeran.
Oh, and a huge push.
Woo! Ed Sheeran Jr. giving a big-time shot to the 7 of Jason Miz is now coming up to 2 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Yeah, it's just him showing I'm not going to lift for you, so don't pull anything crazy on me.
Jason Miz does get a little separated here. Harcum coming up on the bottom here. Does not look like Ed Sheeran Jr. is going to try anything crazy as they continue to push down the back stretch. Continuing down the back stretch here at Talladega, Jason Miz still leading this race. Ed Sheeran Jr. thinking about trying to make a move here, but it doesn't really look like he's got any help from anywhere around him here, as it's only Charlie Harcum on the bottom who's got Andrew Chapman pushing him, who's a lap down. It's now white flag coming out here in stage number 2. Still going to be Jason Miz leading Ed Sheeran Jr., Joseph Causey, and Mark Whitley. That is your top 4. Jordan Probst in the 91, or excuse me, Jordan Probst and Charlie Harcum, your 5th and 6th place spots. It's Mark Whitley now to the inside here. Down to the inside of turn number 2. Ed Sheeran Jr. sticking to the rear end of the 7 of Jason Miz. Does he drop down in front of Mark Whitley? He will not. So he's going to stick to that outside line. Jason Miz does not block Mark Whitley down into turn number 3. Whitley has a pretty good run here, side by side for your stage win here. Mark Whitley in the 77 and Jason Miz in the 7 on the outside. Jason Miz does have a run. Ed Sheeran Jr. now to the rear end of Jason Miz to give himself a push through the tri-oval here. Not as close as it was last stage. It's going to be Jason Miz in the 7 taking stage number 2. And he is your second real assist stage winner of the night here at Talladega Superspeedway. And it looks like these guys are going to go back straight into fuel saving mode. And of course, Jason Miz was your real assist stage winner there, but of course, we always got to talk about the name sponsor here tonight, Aquatic Express. Are you tired of spending your weekends cleaning your pool instead of enjoying it? Look no further than Aquatic Express Pool Services. Our expert team provides top-notch pool maintenance and cleaning services, ensuring your pool is always crystal clear and ready for a swim. At Aquatic Express, we offer a range of services, including regular pool cleaning and maintenance, chemical balancing and treatment, equipment inspection and repair, pool opening and closing services. Make a splash with Aquatic Express Pool Services. And thank you to Aquatic Express for sponsoring the Aquatic Express 99 here at Talladega Superspeedway. Still looking.
If I'm any of these guys out here, the guy that I want on my rear bumper pushing me is that either that one truck or the 88, because those two have pushed more guys to the front in this race than anybody else. It's just the way that they're able to get deadlocked with the guy in front of them and full commit, full send, push him around the track all the way around both ends of it. That's who I'd want to have behind me.
Yeah, same here. I'm someone who races with Ed Sheeran Jr. on a nightly basis, and every time we do a plate race, he pushes like there's no tomorrow. So definitely would want that one truck on my back bumper if I were at a plate race.
Yeah, these two up here, they have it down to a science.
They do, and one thing I did want to ask you about is we saw iRacing bring up Mark
Huge slide
Whitley.
at the top here for Whitley off the bumper of Jason Miz.
Whitley and Miz look like they're going to the back here. Whitley on the top, Miz on the bottom. It's got to put Ed Sheeran Jr. up to the lead off the bumper of the 88 of Joseph Causey. Harcum a little bit loose on the inside. Woo! Blocks being thrown here. Andrew Chapman and Kyle Dick now to the inside. Chapman now moves back up to the outside. They're trying to do a little bit of a switchback here to maybe get back onto the lead lap here, but it is going to be Ed Sheeran Jr. Now Causey leaves Ed Sheeran Jr. Maybe a little bit of a switcheroo here for these two.
Trouble in paradise?
Maybe not.
I guess the honeymoon phase is over for those two.
Oh, man. They were such a
Darn.
good couple.
I was shipping them. I was making Reddit posts about them.
Oh, my goodness. Whose fault was this?
Either way, Causey's up here to the lead
car,
now.
as the green car proceeds to commit war crimes that would make Canada look like a completely innocent person.
No, I love the who's at fault rabbit hole.
It's so fun to just watch those who's at fault videos as you see just the most heinous crimes being committed.
Well, the
on
thing I
racetrack.
have to say is if you have to ask somebody who's at fault, odds are it's probably you, bud.
Yeah, yeah. Good thing I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all.
It's
okay,
always
I'm
gotta
not
be right.
repeating. Oh, okay, well, I wasn't going to repeat that, but.
Well, it's truth. It's not that I'm saying anything derogatory. Brazilians are really bad about it too. It's just the racing culture is like they're. Some people are just way more aggressive, and it's just like the fabric of it. As we
We're
got
getting a
Miz
couple
with a great save for me right now to keep us from getting canceled, diving down to the bottom here on Causey.
Oh, man.
Oh,
There's
and
Andrew
Causey with
Chapman.
the side draft there. Dead even going into turn one here.
Unfortunately for you, we've already been canceled 6 times this season, Sheldon.
I'm pretty sure 4 of those times was a Coke 600 broadcast last week.
Yeah.
I'll go back and look at that one, guys.
Yeah, please don't do that because Sheldon apparently still has a hold of that one brain cell from that night that was shared among 3 people.
No, look, you put me, Taylor, and Edstrom in a booth and tell us to talk for 4 hours and some change, and then don't expect us to commit war crimes, then you need to have your head examined.
Keeping an eye on the action. Sorry, I had to. I always got to make fun of Taylor and what he says. But we kind of did a similar thing last night with the Thunderclap iRacing series. They had 200 laps at Charlotte last night in the Xfinity car, so a full-length Xfinity race there last night, and it got a little wild there at the end, I will say. And they were dealing with. I want to hear your live reaction to this, Sheldon. We saw track temps hit 140 degrees Fahrenheit in that race.
What?
I'm not kidding. I have a screenshot of the start of the race. It was 133 degrees at the drop of the green flag. And we looked, I believe it was like lap 80 or 90. And it was
the
140. Ambient was 84 degrees.
What? I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't either. That's the highest track temp I've ever seen.
Like the track would be melting. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
That's hotter than I like my steak cooked.
Yeah. That's harder than most people should like their steak cooked. Like,
Exactly.
well done. I'm going to have to ask you politely to leave.
Okay, Hank Hill.
Whoa.
What if they like their steak cooked medium rare? We asked him politely but firmly to lead.
Like Causey?
Jason Miz with 3 wide for the lead.
And that's why he's
Joseph
getting pushed
Causey.
back.
Yeah, Joseph Causey down the sucker hole here at Talladega to the back of this lead pack here. Still Jason Miz leading. Almost gets turned off the nose of Ed Sheeran Jr. in the 1 truck there. Andrew Chapman leading that inside line. Remember, that 25 is 1 lap down, but he is trying to get his lap back the hard way here. And I do got good news if you like big packs here at Talladega, as this lead pack is starting to catch the final third pack here. Jordan Berry in the 19th position in that 18 truck. Brad Harris, Austin Pendergrass, Jim Treat, Joshua Lucas, Levi McCarty, Andrew Pendergrass, and Jacob Denson are in this pack that are starting to get caught by your leaders. So this pack does stand to get a little bit bigger here in about 3 or 4 laps time.
I shouldn't have picked anybody this week. I thought Barry was going to do well, man. I hit him with the jinx.
You did, and hey, my pick's still up there leading this thing, actually. Well, he's in the lead pack, but he's been
Where are we going? Where are we going next week?
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. You got a good answer?
If you give me like 30 seconds, maybe.
Oh, we got 3 wide here in the front pack. Yeah, 25's just falling right to the back of this thing. Nobody wanted to go with him there.
Yeah, he was a lap down, Andrew Chapman is, so I don't think anyone wanted to stick with him. But to answer your question, we go to New Hampshire next week.
Oh, I'll pick the pace car.
I wanna fight you on that, but it's just true.
No, I mean, we know the pace car going to have much traction next week.
I had a league race at New Hampshire, full-length cup race there, and I was 11 laps down after 25 laps after getting wrecked, and I was 1 caution away from getting back on the lead lap.
Wait, they wreck like crazy at New Hampshire now?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Dude, that place used to be green flag to flag. Oh my god. I love that place.
Yeah, New Hampshire's fun. Not in the cup car, but it's fun.
It's an absolute blast. I don't know. I've always liked the flat tracks, though. Running them.
Yeah.
Hate watching them. Running them, though, great.
Oh, yeah. I don't like it in the cup car because the cup car just sucks everywhere, in my opinion. But
yeah.
Anything else at New Hampshire is a blast.
No, the cup car sucks everywhere but up in a draft, so.
You don't know how right you are about that.
No, I do. I've seen
I kind of like the cup car at road courses, though. It's kind of fun.
Oh, man. If you like running touring cars, then just go run touring cars.
Oh, who is that? Was that the 2 truck there? Who's that? That wasn't. Who is in that 2 truck? I must know. Jeremy Gibbs, almost another lap truck there in 21st place. He almost got turned there through turns 3 and 4 as now Andrew Chapman looks to the outside of this outside line here.
Scherer got shoved up in the tri-oval there and had to chase it up to the second lane there to avoid wrecking from the looks of it.
He did. He's got Kevin Dick behind him in the 24. Excuse me, not the 24, the 20, or nope, the 52.
There we go.
Just we thank Jeff C. for subscribing here to GridVision. But Ed Shearer Jr. now going to drop to the inside of the 7 of Jason Miz and start to lead that inside line as now Kevin Dick is going to be the lap car leading the outside line. But technically, in terms of position, Joseph Causey would be the leader of the outside line right now as he's now pushing Kevin Dick out to the lead here at Talladega. He's going to get clear of Ed Sheeran Jr. by a pretty convincing margin. And now
went down to the bottom.
Drop in front of Ed Sheeran Jr. and Kevin Dick wanted to go down with him.
I almost made a distasteful joke to stop myself. Be proud, guys.
Oh my goodness. It actually happened.
I'm finally self-aware.
Good job.
And these guys are catching the second pack. This tail pack here. They're crazy.
Yeah, they're starting to catch up, and it looks like Joseph Causey has caught the draft of this third pack here. And they're catching pretty quickly here. Going to put a lot of these trucks a lap down now, as they're actually 3 wide in this lead pack for the moment. Where the heck is Causey going to go with this?
Oh,
he's going to take it to the middle, 4 wide. Oh my goodness. Excitement here at Talladega.
Yeah, but he's going to get hung out here. I don't think anybody's going with him. Here comes Scherer. Scherer's going to save his tail here.
Oh my goodness. What is happening here is the Joshua Lucas almost got turned off the nose of somebody. I think that was Levi McCarty possibly, but Jordan Berry now Going to take it to the outside. Ed Shearer Jr. now pushing Joseph Causey. They're going to be 4 wide here down into turn number 3. As what the heck is going on here at Talladega? We just went from nothing to something in a span of about 3 seconds. Oh, they're getting ready
they're
to
making
water it up.
contact.
There it is.
Here
Jordan
it is.
Berry. Jordan Berry
Oh.
sideways. Brad Harris, Jason Miz involved. No caution, though.
I think the 9 popped the motor there, didn't he?
Probably. Jordan Berry was involved, and on this episode of that should have been a caution.
We got whole bumper covers hanging out there on the track. No yellow?
No yellow for that, as there wasn't enough cars sideways there. And oh man, yeah, I agree with Timothy Pendergrass here. He just said, "Was that not a bleeping caution?" Well, it looks like Timothy Pendergrass was given a black flag for going down pit road to avoid that wreck, and don't know if he. So we got pit stops going on here. Your leaders are coming down pit road.
As they were wrecking.
Oh. May have a speeding penalty get handed out to Ed Shearer Jr. It looks like he made it, but majority of your lead pack coming down pit road now.
Yeah,
Lap
it's a good
60
thing.
out of 99 here. Oops, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. It's a good thing this this round of pit stops came when it did, because I think we were about to see a whole lot more wadded up trucks if we'd kept on at that rate.
I feel like that almost wreck is kind of what saved the entire pack there. As Joseph Causey is going to beat Ed Shearer Jr. out of pit road here on the cycle of green flag pit stops. Further back, you got another group coming down pit road here. But I was getting ready to say, Joseph Causey sending it 4 wide definitely kind of kicked off a very interesting set of events to happen there. And I'm surprised that they all kept it straight for the most part.
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, Causey had to make the move that he did there. You don't want to get caught up behind, a bunch of lap cars here. As Shearer Jr. and Causey both find themselves on the way out of pit road again.
Yeah, and they are a duo here now, as it's a few seconds back to Kevin Dick, who's a lap car, and Mark Whitley's by himself. So is Joshua Lucas, Jason Miz, Charlie Harcum. Pretty much everyone is separated at this point, and we're starting to look like Dover here with how separated these guys are getting.
They ain't going to last for long.
We've got some pit stops coming here. Nathan Aldrich, Derek Grigsby. Oh, my
Oh, we got one spinning on pit road.
Oh, my God. James Kerr spinning on pit road. And Derek Grigsby. Let's see how fast this man was going down pit road. He was doing 70 at the line. Derek Grigsby was.
We got an onboard replay here.
You look at James Kerr here on the 75.
He just waited way too long to get on the brakes there and locked him up, started wheel hopping, and it's an easy thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Not a fun thing to do, but it's easy.
Eh, who said doing stuff easy was the fun way? Or something. I don't know. Fuel trains make me lose my mind. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We both share collective brains, so you're fine.
Hey, fair enough. As long as I'm not the only one losing grip on that one brain cell.
Oh, buddy, that thing flew away from me ages ago.
Ages, he says. As Joseph Causey and Ed Shearer Jr. now getting caught by a couple of lap cars here. Jacob Denson, Levi McCarty, and Andrew Pendergrass going to take it to the outside here. Kevin Dick leading this secondary pack that contains the rest of your top about 6, it looks like. Yeah, top 6, so. Yeah, it looks like this may be what Joseph Causey and Ed Shearer Jr. need to not fall into the clutches of that secondary pack, as we're encroaching in on 35 to go here at Talladega. Lap 64 out of 99. Should have one more cycle of green flag pit stops for these guys before the end of this thing.
So right now is one of those moments I wish we had Taylor here.
Yeah, he would. No, I
We,
wish
we
had
need we
Austin
need we
here.
need.
He would
we
say
need-
something out of pocket and make us
Oh,
all laugh.
absolutely. No, we need the bullets right now.
We do.
We need that. Yeah, we need it bad. We don't
I
have
guess
Larry
we could talk
Mack,
about
so
the, I guess we could talk about all the things that iRacing announced here recently. The picture of the 2 new streak stocks we got coming, and the new GT3, or GT3s, I should say, the Ford Mustang and the Chevrolet Corvette GT3s we got coming here with the next build in a couple of weeks.
it's gonna be
Thank
exciting to see the
Errol
Corvette on
Young
here.
for subscribing real quick, but what were you gonna say?
I said it's gonna be cool to see the Corvettes on here.
For sure, and I am 100% buying that Mustang on release. I'm definitely running that for the 24 hours of Spa here in, I believe it's middle of July.
God, man, that's coming up. Time is flying. What happened to this year?
I was gonna say, I feel like we just started the month of April, and it's like, oh, I looked down, oh, it's May 30th.
It's gonna be May.
Shut up.
Couldn't.
Mark Whitley's pack is losing a pretty good chunk of time here to Ed Sheeran Jr. and Joseph Kazi and this pack of lap cars that they are with. The gap has jumped up over half a second, up to 4.3 from about 3.6 seconds in the last lap, but they have been trying to figure out who wants to be where here in this secondary pack, as now Mark Whitley is leading the second pack.
I mean, the difference too, like you see how organized this front pack is with this group here, and you look at the back pack, and these guys are scrambling all over the pace, trying to figure out, where they want to be, who wants to lead the line. And the more time you spend side by side racing yourselves, the less likely you are going to be to catch that pack in front of you.
Yeah, we officially hit 2/3 distance here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway for the Aquatic Express 99. We're going to go ahead and take a second commercial break on the night. Stay right here. We'll take you to the end, hopefully commercial free and hopefully caution free at this rate.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back live here at Talladega Superspeedway, and not much has changed up at the front. Still Joseph Causey and Ed Sheeran Jr. leading this race. It's about 6 seconds back to Mark Whitley, who's got himself a pack of 3 cars behind him, third through fifth. A lot of these guys are with a packs of lap cars. So, like I said, it's Joseph Causey and Ed Sheeran Jr. in this lead pack. They've got about, 6 lap cars behind them, all racing for position. And then you go back to the second pack, which has Mark Whitley, Charlie Harcum, Jordan Probst in it as well. These guys are all with some lap cars as well. Jason Miz has lost this draft. He is down in 6th position. And then you got Hunter Teague and Joshua Gathright with a group of lap cars, but they're getting ready to get lapped as well. Oh, we got a car sideways on the back straightaway. Timothy Pendergrass in the 45. He's just going to pull it down in tow.
Yeah, I hear some frustration over the driver chatter right now, too. I think he might have a little help in that deal.
Ooh. Joshua Gathright voicing his frustrations as well. Gonna look at this replay here. Oh, he gets turned off the nose of Hunter Teague.
Yeah, that didn't look too good.
It did not, as we continue to stay green at Talladega. It's been a flag-to-flag race to this point. Have not. Oh, nope, that's another replay.
Oh, wait, we're watching a replay. Oh.
Jesus. We were
He
both
got
so
us.
start of action. But as I said, it has been a flag-to-flag race for these guys. Has not had a caution to this point. 73 laps green, a ton of pit cycles to this point. I believe they've had 4 green flag pit cycles as of me saying that. And the field has gotten pretty spread out purely because of that. At the moment, up to 10th place is 1 lap down. Or right as I say that, 9th place just went a lap down. But 9th place is Jacob Denson, who is in the lead pack, and he is just working on that outside line, trying to get around and get his lap back. But up to 9th place is 1 lap down. Joshua Gathright and Hunter Teague, that pack is getting caught pretty quickly by Joseph Causey and Ed Sheeran Jr. So looks like this lead pack will get a few cars bigger here while we do lose a couple of more cars off of the lead lap. That being Hunter Teague and Joshua Gathright in 7th and 8th.
I mean, it was more than just pit strategy that got these guys such a separation on these other packs, too. You got to look at who you got at the front here. You got Causey, you got Shearer Jr., you got Whitley, and, Miz up here in 6th place. He's fallen a little bit further back, but those guys, have led the charge with this front pack all the way up to this last pit cycle that kind of pushed Miz out a little bit.
Oh, Joshua Gathright with a big-time shot from Joseph Causey in the 88.
Like, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, these guys have been incredible at being absolutely aggressive with how they push and the pace that they build.
They're 3
with the
wide
pack
further
behind
back,
them.
waiting and banging further back in this pack, but they all calm it down.
And Causey got big loose there on the front bumper of Shearer.
Got ourselves a pretty good pack going here. 0-0 getting a little bit loose up top.
Is he warming the tires?
At 180 miles an hour.
I mean, I've seen Levine do it.
That was Scott Williams in the 0-0 getting a little bit loose. And yes, you have seen Levine do it. Jesus, that was a bad joke.
seen just some crazy stuff at the plate tracks throughout the years, man.
I have too, and I've only been commentating for 2 years at this point.
Yeah, there you go.
But Joseph Causey and Ed Shearer Jr. do get up to the lead of this pack, and that officially puts 7th and 8th place. Joshua Gathright and Hunter Teague a lap down, but that does make this lead pack a lot bigger as they have gained about 6 or 7 cars. So got ourselves a pretty decent lead pack here. It'll probably get added to by Jason Miz, who's a solo car in 6th place right now. He's about 35 seconds off the lead, so another couple of laps, and he'll be going 1 lap down as well.
I will say we are 25 laps or somewhere shy of that to the end of this thing. How about we sit back, enjoy the sights and sounds, and let's rev it up with Ryko. What do you say, Darby?
That as it was revving up there. Things are starting to pick up a little bit. Action starting to pick up in this lead pack as coming up on our final round of green flag pit stops for these guys. Had a couple of guys call out that they're coming down pit road here soon, but still Joseph Causey leading, and you get a couple of guys that got in front of him. Jacob Dinson, Levi McCartney, and Nathan Aldrich got in front of your leader for the moment, but still consider them a lap down at this point as they're just off the nose of Joseph Causey. But had a couple of guys debating coming in and pitting this time. A couple of guys in some further back packs. I believe our second pack is planning on pitting this time by.
Yeah, this pit stop here, you just want to be cut and dry. You want to come down, get just enough fuel to get yourself to the end of this thing. No mistakes, no tires. Make sure you got your tear off turned off, and bring it back on the track. Here we go. Here comes Causey leading the charge in with a Scherer behind him. And I think, is that Whitley behind him?
Scott Whitley. Oh, Causey made it. Ooh, that's going to be tight for Causey. Scott Williams got a speeding penalty there, but nobody else did.
Here comes the rest of them.
Yeah, this is our second pack here. All the other guys on your lead lap at the moment.
No, they're slicing and dicing right here.
Yeah, this is the majority of the rest of your lead pack right now. Of course, these guys were all 1 lap down at the time of the leaders pitting. They're going to go 3 wide here. Nathan Aldrich, I believe that's James Kerr. Aldrich does decide to back out, though. As pit stops, here come pit stops as Derek Grigsby decides to move on. See
And the
Joseph
same
Causey
two.
and Ed Shearer Jr.
Got the same 2 up front, man.
Always has been.
And here's the question. What's the move that's going to win them this race, or what's the move that's going to lose it for them?
I feel like if they don't catch a pack of cars here soon, they could be in a load of trouble here.
I think they'll figure it out.
Somehow they're going to tandem their way to this win. Watch.
They're going to lap the whole field here.
That would be some cup car things to happen right there.
It absolutely would.
Looks like they'll at least have some sort of help here as they're coming around the lap. Again, these guys that came down pit road from this lead pack here, so. Looks like they'll catch up to a group of about 3 in front of them to continue on and keep this lead pack going.
The huge charger on the top that I think they're going to get in front of. I know they're going to get in front of all these guys here coming out of 4. Get them behind them, get them working with them, hopefully. Get them moving on to where these 2 can just figure it out on their own without having to worry about anybody else. Because an 8-second gap, man, I just don't see those guys behind. I don't know how well they're formed right now, but I just don't see them getting up here and blowing these guys' doors off.
No, plus the fact that they're a tandem and the next car is about 4 seconds off of them. And you got to go 44 seconds back to Joshua Gathright. And actually, yeah, it looks like a lot of these guys are going to go back 1 lap down here.
Yeah, it just looks like Sharon Causey, as long as they don't get, bar any cautions or incidents getting by these lap cars. It looks like they got this thing sewn up at the moment.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, Jordan Probst is the next car up the road. 14 seconds off the lead, so they got a while until they lap up to 5th. But well, not realistically, but I mean, there's a chance that they could come around and lap all the way up to 3rd if the pace is just that much different for these guys.
I gotta say, that is absolutely impressive too. For 2 guys to run such a perfect race and work together as well as these 2 have to come out with such an advantage and to basically run away from the pack like Junior did here, did Daytona in the Busch car back in like 05. That's something you don't see often. And not many people
Derek
can do.
Grigsby almost got turned off of 2 there. Somehow they keep it straight there, but that's going to put Edward Shearer Jr. and Joseph Causey up to the lead of this. I'm going to call this the main pack here. I feel like this is our main pack because it has our leaders in it, so I'm going to call this the main pack, and then everything else is pretty much either just a tandem or... oh my goodness! Gathright, now they're going to be 4 wide here. Further back, Joshua Gathright blowing the doors off of the 2 car there. That was Jeremy Gibbs there. They're going to be 3 wide down on the corner. Door banging here.
Just about bouncing off each other into turn 1. The 2 is going to come back up to the top and take the line away. And that 5 is just so squirrely.
You got a couple of other cars that are getting really squirrely as well. You got Adrian Chapman and Jim Treat. Thought about going 3 wide there for just a second, but think better of it. Jeremy Gibbs gets shoved up to the top line there and into the sucker hole.
Hey, look at that. My pick's up there in 3rd, theoretically speaking.
Got bad news for you.
Yeah, I know. I've looked at the scoring.
As currently up to 6th has been put 1 lap down officially. Jordan Probst is also losing a ton of time, so it looks like these guys are going to, at minimum, lap up to 5th before the end of this race. So that I feel like every time I come to Talladega, I see something I've never seen before.
Oh, we got a caution.
Oh,
Huge
man,
wreck into
big
turn 3.
wreck. Huge wreck. First caution of the night here. That was, I believe, the 18, Jordan Berry.
Yes. Hard crash into turn 3. That was my
your
pick,
pick,
guys.
wasn't it?
I'm picking the
Oof.
pace car next week. Sorry.
Oh, man, we're going to look at the replay here. Nathan Aldrich gets way loose there. Oh, my goodness. There's another one of those. Thank goodness it wasn't real-life crashes.
I mean, at this point, man, these guys have about 80 laps on these tires. So I don't expect anybody to have taken tires there.
I think a lot of these guys have taken tires at least once throughout this race.
So that is a lot of laps on these things. Get in there, get slight. Get in there, get light, make a huge stab to try and get to the guy in front of you, and that air shifts, and next thing you know, you're sideways. Coming in the top in 3 like that, too. It does get snappy sometimes when the tires get hot, so.
I feel like you've got to come.
Jesus. Darby.
Oh, Darby. I feel like you do, too.
Oh,
Who was
my
it that said it in chat?
Ed Sheeran Jr. comes down pit road. Joseph Kazi does as well. And that changes everything, I feel like, because a lot of these guys are going to be taking the wave around here, getting their laps back. And that's going to bunch this field up big time. So I think the racing gods decided to take pity on our poor souls and decided to throw us a bone and maybe give us some racing here towards the end.
All your top 5s coming down here, they're taking tires and they're taking fuel, which is going to free up the rest of these guys to get their lap back with the wave around.
But yeah, there's also the thing. Well, actually, everyone has pit for their final time, so we'll have to see if people decide to stay out and take that wave around, which I wouldn't be surprised if everyone does decide to take the wave here and get back onto the lead lap here.
And right now we got Harkham in P1.
Charlie Harkham in the 82, your leader right now. But this is these guys. Wait. Yeah, these guys were on the lead lap. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit mixed up here. Charlie Harkham was, I believe, leading that second group with him and Mark Whitley being a part of that group.
I still can't get over what we saw out of Causey and Scherer there.
Yeah, that was setting up for them to lap up into the top 5 of the plate track, which is unheard of.
See that ever?
Yeah, it's unheard of. I can't name the last time we even saw. I mean, minus those races back in like the mid 2000s, early 2010s, where like half the field always wrecked out. But I mean, when's the last time you've seen people get lapped up into the top 10
at a plate track?
At a plate track? Yeah.
Unless it was the Clash, I ain't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, unheard of.
I think like in 02 when they had that caution-free deal, I think they were close to it.
Ooh, hold up. Jason Miz has been asked to park the truck. He has exceeded his incident limit. And Jason Miz is not happy with race control either.
Yeah. That sounds. I bet that's going to be a very interesting conversation in the trailer later.
As now it looks like all the lap cars are going to get the wave around here. 1 lap to green here at Talladega Superspeedway. We are set up for a 10-lap shootout here at Talladega. It is going to be Charlie Harkham leading these guys back to green flag. Joseph Causey, Ed Sheeran Jr., Jordan Probst, and Mark Whitley, your top 5. Andrew Pendergrass, Joshua Gathright, Jacob Dinson, Levi McCarty, and Kevin Dick going to be your top 10. Kevin Dick getting himself back onto the lead lap with that wave around. It's going to put this up to a 10-car race for the win here.
Tell you what, buckle up, catch your breath. It's about to get wild out here. We're gonna be going green with less than 10 to go.
I feel like this is where we're going to see.
A lot of guys got their lap back. You got these guys up front here on, 4 fresh tires, and it's gonna get dicey.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see we're either going to see a clean run to the finish and an insane finish, or we're going to see the traumatic one. No in between here.
I'll tell you what, if the 1 truck or the 88 truck doesn't get this thing,
It'll
robbery.
be quite depressing.
it's robbery.
Depresso espresso, as some people would say. 10 cars on the lead lap here as Charlie Harcum now has control. You see the lap cars starting to get lined up further back after taking the wave around here. But it's going to be Charlie Harcum leading these guys back to the green flag here. Joseph Causey in the 88, Ed Shearer Jr. on the inside in that 3rd spot. As they enter the Geico restart zone, green flag back in the air. As Harcum jumped.
Harcum way too big of a lead.
Yeah, that is a jump start for Charlie Harcum.
That is not going to be good for him. I don't know if he got a penalty for that, but I mean, the penalty is going to be the entire field is going to blow your doors off as soon as they get to you here.
Yeah, Charlie Harcum's already been given a black flag, so
10-4.
yeah, he 100% jumped the start there, and I think somebody forgot that the restart zone is in effect here.
Yeah,
But
that was
that
a costly mistake.
Big time costly mistake, but that just jumbled up the entire field.
And heads up for the rest of the field for not going when he did, because they could have all gotten themselves hurt on that one.
Well, the thing is, with the restart rule, if somebody jumps the restart, whenever that leader goes and jumps the restart, no longer after that do you get penalties. So as soon as the leader goes, he gets the black flag and the rest of the field can go.
10-4. Right now we got Mark Whitley getting pushed to the front by Joseph Causey. Causey's going to dive down to the bottom here, going into turn 1, bringing the 25 with him. Going to easily blow by Whitley.
Oh, man. Jordan Probst got really hairy there on the inside line, but was able to keep it clean as now, who is that? Is that the 32 to the outside? He is a lap down. That's Joshua Lucas. He is one of the guys a lap down. Mark Whitley giving him a big shove. Whitley going to get loose a little bit on that outside line.
Side by side, neck and neck, coming out of turn 4 here. 32 is going to get a little loose off the nose of Whitley. Everybody's safe, though. 32, Joshua Lucas is going to lead him to the line here. Dive down to the bottom.
He does get his lap back the hard way here. As I said, he gets his lap back the hard way here, but immediately loses it again to Mark Whitley. Ed Shearer Jr. on that outside line. Got about 7 laps to go here at Talladega. Mark Whitley currently leading. Ed Shearer Jr. on that outside line. He is your leader right now. Joseph Causey on that inside, pushing Joshua Lucas, that lap car, the 32. Joshua Gathright right behind the 1 of Ed Shearer Jr. I believe he is on the lead lap.
Yeah, right now, if you're Joseph Causey, this is one of the most annoying situations you could possibly be in. You got a lap car taking the line in front of you. Your 3rd place car isn't even remotely coming close to pushing you right now, and you look up and you see them just stacked like a freight train on the outside, blowing by you.
And you're probably saying words I'm not willing to repeat.
Yeah, and all but 10 laps ago, you were in the best seat in the house to win this thing.
For sure, and now you're seeing one of your buddies, Ed Shearer Jr. on that outside line. He's currently laughing at you. And as I say that, here comes Joseph Causey giving a big-time push to Joshua Lucas.
He's trying to find a way to clear, but he's not going to be able to. That outside line is just too strong coming out of the corner.
Yeah, for sure, but Causey doing everything he can to just shove Joshua Lucas out of the way and try to get up in front of Mark Whitley, but Whitley is, they're wrecking in the back.
We got a wreck in the back. Oh, and Causey gets the lead right before the yellow. Huge crash.
Massive crash in turn number 3 and 4 here at Talladega. Didn't catch who it was. It's Jacob Denson in the 79 involved. I don't think he was the one. I thought I saw a truck upside down at one point.
You did.
Further back here, this is
Yeah.
Kyle Dick. I don't know how one was upside down. Oh, man. Austin Pendergrass, nowhere to go there.
The fact that the thing's still rolling is a miracle all its own.
Wasn't Kyle
Joshua
Dick, it was Kevin
Gaithright said he dropped his hot pocket on that one.
That's not good. Hot pockets are good. They're an American treasure.
Yeah, you just had 3 cars going into the corner side by side, and each one of them just moved into the middle.
And that sets us up for a 5-lap sprint to the end here. Depends on when we do get that green flag going. But I wonder if we have a couple of guys that are getting close on fuel now. Because these guys have 3 green-white checkered attempts here. But it's a matter... What we're curious about is, do they have enough fuel? And suddenly, we may be set up for our 3rd fuel race in a row here in the High Slide Racing League Truck Series.
And right now, Darby's just sitting here screaming at his computer. Man, I just want to go see baseball. Sorry, Darby.
I believe he was wanting to go play baseball.
Oh, he wanted to go play baseball. Look at me
Yeah,
getting
get
everything
it right.
Like, I just, it's part of the job, man.
What, you being wrong? Yeah, you're a D1 at being wrong. I think I killed him with that.
I love Bristol. What track are
Wrong.
we at?
We're not even close to Bristol. But hey, good news is I'll get to be here in October at this track. It'll be fun. Get to meet one of our commentating buddies, Austin Edstrom. Get to share one brain cell with him there at the track on Talladega Boulevard. Yeah, it's also going to be a meeting of the Edstroms. Another friend of GridVision, Brandon Edstrom, will be there as well. So, get to have the 2 long-lost brothers meet. They're not actually long-lost brothers. It's just a running joke.
Look, I'm just going to warn you. If Edstrom gets drunk and says, hey, I want you to go somewhere with me, don't go there.
I wasn't planning on it, but it'll be a miracle if anyone in our party is going to be sober at that race.
No. Going to Daytona? No, nobody's going to be sober.
Exactly. And there's also a chance I get to go to Daytona a month before. I'm excited.
That sounds like a good time, man.
I am 100% excited.
I can't wait for both races to rate out for you.
The fact, okay, I'm finding where you live. What's your IP address?
6969420.
All right, I got your location. You currently live in Africa.
Yeah, I bless the rains.
Okay,
and then I send it to you.
Oh, who loves watching commentators lose their minds? Guys in chat and in our broadcast booth, if you see the brain cell floating around, please give it back.
It's going to take a lot to take me away from you.
Okay, that's creepy.
Quoting the song. Were you raised under a rock?
Yes, I actually was.
Wait, can you say Leedle Leedle Lee for me?
Leedle Leedle Lee.
I knew it.
And while we got a moment, we'll go talk about one of the sponsors here, Men's Mental Health Awareness. Did you know that every year millions of men silently battle with mental health issues? It's time to break the silence. We want to remind you that it's okay to ask for help. Whether you're dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, or just feeling overwhelmed, know that you're not alone. Reaching out for support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Talk to a friend, family member, or professional. Share your story and listen to others. Together, we can create a world where mental health is prioritized and the stigma is left behind. Remember, strong men talk, strong men heal, strong men thrive. Thank you to Men's Mental Health for being a race sponsor here with the High Slide Racing League Truck Series.
I second that. That's a solid sponsor.
Very, very solid sponsors, but we are coming back to green flag here very soon. Joseph Causey, Mark Whitley at the front of this behemoth of a field we got going on here. Ed Sheeran Jr., Andrew Pendergrass in your second row, Jordan Probst and Joshua Lucas in your third row. Joshua Gathright, Andrew Chapman, your fourth row, and Jacob Denson, Levi McCarty, your fifth row as the pace truck makes that, or excuse me, pace car makes that left turn onto pit road. And what's going on further back here? What the heck? But it is going to be Joseph Causey leading these guys back to the green flag as he enters the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air here at Talladega as Joseph Causey gets himself a pretty good jump. Ed Sheeran Jr. on that inside line. Jordan Probst and Joshua Gathright lined up for nose to tail on that inside line as Mark Whitley is still trying to get help from the 44 of Andrew Pendergrass.
Now look at this. Causey went from the worst possible situation. Stuck behind a lapper. His help on the outside. Now he's got his help back on his bumper. He's leading this thing.
Mark Whitley with an aggressive move to the inside line there. 3 laps to go here at Talladega as people are just trying to form their lines, form their momentum. Mark Whitley back up to the outside. He has got, I believe that is the 32 of Joshua Lucas to his outside. Joshua Gathright hops up in front of the 77 of Mark Whitley and leaves that inside line where he was behind Jordan Probst. Now a couple of guys further back. Charlie Harcum, I believe, hopped out for just a second, and then he decided to hop back into the inside line there, and that outside line still trying to get formed up here. Jordan Probst and Andrew Pendergrass.
Oh, door banging down the tri-oval. I don't know how that wasn't a wreck, but Andrew Pendergrass is going to dive up to the top here, and he's going to take the charge of the front half of this outside line. Going to try and move up here to the front. So he gets to the right rear quarter panel of Edward Shearer Jr., and he's going to get a huge block from Causey. He had to lift huge there to avoid running over Causey.
3 wide, Gathright though to the inside. Gonna take it to the inside of the 88 of Joseph Causey. Ed Sheeran Jr. to his rear end. Mark Whitley up to the rear end of the 88 of Joseph Causey. 3 wide further back is Charlie Harcum now to the rear end of the 44 of Pendergrass. He takes it back down to the middle. Pendergrass now getting left out to dry that outside line, starting to build its momentum off of turn number 4. Coming to the white flag for these guys. Joseph Causey to the outside now of your race lead through the tri-oval here. That inside line's going to start to build a little bit of momentum back here. As crossing the line to the white flag, it's going to be Joseph Causey leading by about a 0.5 of a second here. Now to the inside, he's going to get in front of the 89 of Joshua Gathright through turns 1 and 2. Mark Whitley getting a push from Joshua Lucas in the 32. But Joseph Causey has control of this race. That outside line starts to build a little bit of momentum now here as Mark Whitley gets a push from the 32 of Joshua Lucas. Now, Gathright gets back to the rear bumper of the 88 of Joseph Causey. Here's the question. Does Gathright make a move here for the win? Through 3 and 4, he has the space. He gets turned off the nose of Ed Sheeran Jr. Now Causey has to go up to block the 77 of Mark Whitley. He takes it to the outside. 3 wide for the win here. Contact door banging in the tri-oval. 3 wide for the win here. Who's it going to be? Harcum gets turned at the line.
I think it's going to be Causey.
A photo finish.
Whitley brings it home.
Whitley, by 100th of a second at the line, steals one at Talladega.
That was incredible.
Goodness. Not even a 1/2 of a truck length separates your top 3 at the line. I thought it was all over for Mark Whitley right there.
I don't know how those front 3 there, I don't know how the hell they kept it straight.
32 thousandths of a second separates first to third. 100th of a second separates your gap at the line, and Mark Whitley takes an exciting finish here at Talladega.
You know, that's no shock either. Whitley was one of the most aggressive out there all race long. When you come into those last, couple laps, that's what you need. Great drive by him today.
For sure, man. That was an amazing race. As we watch Mark Whitley burn it down in your Aquatic Express winning moment. As Mark Whitley takes the Aquatic Express 99 here at Talladega in a stunning photo finish, 3 wide at the line, reminiscent of, I believe it was 2013, when Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer, and Jimmy Johnson did the same thing. With that, we're going to go take our final commercial break of the evening. Stay right here. We'll be right back with post-race results and coverage. Back live here at Talladega Superspeedway after probably one of the greatest plate finishes I think I've personally ever seen, as Mark Whitley wins one here at Talladega by 1/100th of a second over Joseph Causey. Mark Whitley takes his second win of the season, further solidifying himself into the playoff picture here, but Joseph Causey comes home in that second spot after leading 31 laps on the night. Joshua Lucas comes home in third. Ed Shearer Jr. leads 13 himself, comes home in fourth place. Jordan Probst in that fifth spot. Andrew Chapman led himself a couple of laps tonight. He finishes in sixth spot. Andrew Pendergrass seventh. Joshua Gathright in the eighth spot. Kevin Dick in ninth place. Levi McCarty going to be finishing in the 10th spot.
11th place, you got Jacob Denson, followed by James Kirch, Charlie Harcum, who ran up front a good little percentage of the race, followed by Hunter Teague, Nathan Aldrich, Jeremy Gibbs, Derek Grigsby, Sean Merriman, Scott Williams rounds out your top 20.
21st spot here tonight going to be Austin Pendergrass finishing in 21st, 2 laps down. 22nd going to be Jason Miz, Jordan Berry in 23rd. 24th going to be Timothy Pendergrass, Brad Harris 25th. 26th going to be Jeff Kahn versus Cody Henderson in 27th. Edward Sexton, your final finishing car here tonight. He finishes 28th. You had a few guys not start. Cameron Iverson, Benjamin Richards, and Joseph Fogg did not take the grid tonight. With that, we're going to go ahead straight into our post-race coverage. We're going to be speaking with the second place finisher of Joseph Causey. He's been standing alongside Sheldon Adkin.
Joseph, man, you and Ed Shearer did an incredible job controlling this race from start until about 10 laps ago. What did you? I mean, I assume what you needed there at the end was just to be able to get a good run with him. Like, what do you think you needed to get that extra couple thousandths at the end of that thing, man?
I think I needed Josh Lucas off my door, but it's all good. Hell, that was a hell of a finish. Man, if that would have still stayed green, hell, it would have been me, and I had gotten it out. we were able to break away from the whole pack, and that was insane in itself. Usually you don't see that in the trucks that much, but we broke away from the pack, and then like I said, we had gotten this caution, and it turned this race upside down. And man, that was a great finish. I don't think there was any more I could have done. I thought I did it right. I was celebrating first because I thought I won it, and I didn't see Whitley all the way at the top of the wall. And next thing I know, I was like P2. I was like, oh shit, where is he?
Man, it was absolutely incredible. So, how did you guys get such a huge gap on those guys? That's insane, dude. I've never seen that.
Great pit stops. That's all I can say. We were able to that. What was it? Second or third to last pit stop, where we were able to open up like a 3-second gap coming out, and then we came around, and I think the set of lap cars started coming, and then we just hooked onto the lap cars, and next thing you know, we were gone, and we just took off. And we were able to skim away, and that, like I said, that don't usually happen in the truck. You usually it comes right back, and next thing you know, you're right back, battling. But me and Evan were able to take off. I was able to lead a bunch of laps, led the most laps, got the fastest lap in somehow, some way in that whole mess. And man, I did as best as I could without just coming up short with the win there.
Man, you did incredible tonight. Who are you trying to shout out?
Man, shout out to all the sponsors that come on board on this race that freaking put this whole thing together. Shout out to Garrett. Like I said, shout out to the mental health awareness sponsor, the freaking Autism Speaks, Real Sis, Harpoon Designs came on board, and Aquatic Xpress, and Realty Executives. Thank you for all of them for making this all happen. And thanks for Jordan for the new paint I came out with today. And man, thanks to everybody that helped me out. Even Ed helped me out the tremendous amount during this whole race. Thank you to him.
Yeah, you guys look incredible out there tonight. Well, hey, man, try not to celebrate too hard. You got a good finish in. Kept all the corners on the thing. Go have yourself a good night, brother.
Appreciate it.
It was Joseph Causey, your second place finisher. Now, going to be speaking with your race winner and two-time race winner on the season, taking an exciting, somehow managed to take it to the top 3 wide after almost spinning off of turn number 4. Mark Whitley, how are you feeling after that?
Elated, excited, tired. Take your pick.
All of the above.
Yeah, pretty much. Coming off 4 there, I saw they got wrecked on the bottom. I knew Joseph was going to get checked up because he didn't have any more help, so I tried to get a run on him, and I tried to fake him out because I knew he was going to try to block. So I tried to fake low so I could go high, but I kind of overdid it and swung way out high, and it let a car behind me that was pushing. It allowed him to get underneath us, and I came down, and I didn't really mean to, but I kind of doored him, and it kind of like stalled all of us out. And I think it was got a big shout out to, I think it was I don't remember who it was. Whoever gave me that push when we got linked up 3 wide, I think that was the winning push because he pushed me and we got even, and I actually got a little bit of a run, and then they wrecked behind us and I had a little bit of momentum, and I just went all the way to the top, so I couldn't get dragged back by the side draft, and I think them two on the bottom kind of hindered each other a little bit, and thankfully had just enough to get in front there. If the start finish line would have been about 100 feet, we might not have won, but where it was at is all that matters.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that's one of the greatest plate races I think I've ever seen personally. It definitely was a little bit slow there in the middle, but that finish has got to be one of the top 10 I've ever seen. And looking ahead to next week there in New Hampshire with this truck, how are you feeling? I always know that trucks at New Hampshire, for whatever reason, they put on a really good show there. So how are you feeling for that one?
I'm feeling pretty good. New Hampshire is probably, I would say it's probably my first or second favorite track on the service. So hopefully we can make it 3 out of 4. That's the goal. We're coming in here. New Hampshire is a really good track for me. Like I said, it's one of my favorite tracks to race on. These trucks are pretty fun there. I think it's just going to be a matter of track position. I'm not sure how they are now. I know the last time I ran here, it was a little bit difficult to pass, but I'm not sure. I know the tire models changed a little bit, and some of the other stuff's been changed on the truck. So I think it should be a good race. Probably have to keep the rear tires up under it. I know the line you have to run there a lot of times, the rear tires can get burned off of it. So we're going to see. Hopefully we can go out there and have a strong showing. We had to miss a race for vacation, so we're trying to make up for it real quick and just keep it trucking because the season's been pretty good for us. 2 starts, 2 wins. Can't really complain and can't really ask for any much more.
2 for 2 on the season here in the High Slide Racing League Truck Series. Before we let you go, who do you got to thank?
Big shout out first and foremost to my spotter Brantley. He helped me all night. He definitely helped me there. Coming to the line there when we were 3 wide, he was just like, stay where you're at, you're going to have the run. I just trusted him and stayed where I was, and I thought we got a run on the guys underneath us, and I saw them wrecking behind, so I just went all the way to the top, like I said, just get clear of them guys. And without him, probably have been involved in some of the other wrecks earlier in the race. And just a huge shout out for him. Check him out. He does a lot of great, awesome paint schemes at harpoondesign.com. He's got a form you can fill out, and he'll get you something custom made. Or if you want to check out some of his other stuff he's already made on Trading Paints, he's got about 2,000 of them on there now, I think. So check him out on there. Huge shout out to League, another race that almost went completely green the whole time until like right there at the end. And 99 laps, I wasn't looking forward to it on the plate track, but honestly, it kind of flew by because we just went green the whole time until right there at the end. So another huge shout out to League, great showing. All this green flag racing is always nice. Can't say too much more about that because it's just, I'm in so many leagues where it's like caution after caution after caution. It's a real good change of pace that we have some actual green flag racing. And a big shout out, like I said, I don't remember who it was, but I think it was whoever got penalized, I think, for jumping the restart. I think it was him. He gave me that push for the win. I think if he didn't give me that push, we're not standing in victory lane right now. So huge shout out to him. Like I said, so I apologize if I just forgot his name. There's so many cars around, it's kind of hard to remember. So and then I guess final shout out to you guys for putting on a great broadcast. It should be fun to go back and watch. Hopefully it's a little bit less stressful. Maybe my heart rate won't get up as high there at the end. We'll see.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure my heart rate hit a solid 140 there coming off of 4. But that was Mark Whitley, your race winner. Congratulations tonight, Mark, and hopefully you can make it 3 for 3 next week at New Hampshire.
We're definitely going to try.
Mark Whitley, your race winner, and that is going to do it for us tonight. But before we get going, any final thoughts from you, Sheldon?
I can't believe they made it 80-some laps green in Talladega. I'm still mind-boggled by that. I mean, it was a good Talladega race. So, lots of green flag runs, lots of pit strategy. You got kind of the best of both worlds. You got the front half where it was just laid back, easy going, and then the second half where it was team chaos. So it's a pretty good race, all in all.
Sorry about that, wise words from Sheldon there, but that is going to do it from us here at GridVision. From the entire GridVision team, I'd like to thank you for watching and participating in the chat. Y'all were going nuts all night. Thank you for that. But for more information on getting your league broadcasted or starting your career in broadcasting, contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Special thanks to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash Sim Camps for providing the cams used on today's broadcast. Congratulations to Mark Whitley on winning tonight's race from Talladega Speedway and the Aquatic Express 99. This has been Nick Stein, Sheldon Atkins on the color, and of course, Austin Derbyshire. Go play softball, Derbyshire. We'll see you next time on the grid.